And we are live. Hey.
Hi.
Sorry for being a couple minutes late. Welcome to the stream. This is the Drip G podcast, and this is the pre-show. If you're here for the regular show, watching the VOD of the live stream, you should skip about 20 minutes from now, 15 minutes from now, something like that. And we'll begin the show. But for now, we're going to be talking with the chat, hanging out. And Drip is here.
Hi.
You're still hired, man. Didn't lose your job.
Of course I'm here. Why would I not be here?
Well,
I
yeah.
just signed a new contract.
That's right. Are we gonna? When are we revealing the details?
When we get to 40 likes on this stream.
So it is written. Yeah, I'm gonna start stealing what Dude does. I really like what he does. I need to get in there though. He does a poll. Like, have you liked the stream? And it's a poll.
Yeah, he does.
I like that.
Yeah,
a lot.
I went in there the other night when he was playing Monster Hunter, and yeah, there's only like 10, 11 people in there, but he had like 45 likes. I was
Oh
like,
no,
damn.
Dude's killing it, man. He's getting hundreds of views on his live streams now. He's killing it.
That's awesome.
Oh god, that's shush. What's happening? Okay, sorry. I played a video that was very loud. It was our theme song.
Joey's got the details. Details on what?
Got the details. Oh yeah, he's got the details of your contract. Probably is what he's implying.
Oh yeah.
It's about my computer's freaking out. Stop freaking out, computer. Stop this right now. We hit 1,030 likes. Congratulations on that. 30 more after 1,000.
Why did this music stop?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you that. I don't know. I was gonna ask you that twice. I'm gonna like the stream here. I'm gonna try. Can I do a poll? Let me do a poll here. Poll. How does one do a poll? Poll. There's a poll.
That I do not know, but I can. Speaking of Dude, I can do a redirect. How come I can't do redirects on my channel? Do I just not have it set up? I thought I did that.
I don't know. I have a hard time with the redirects.
It's really easy to do. You just go to customization, then go down at just the little thing that says redirects. And then you just set it up, and then it just goes there. But whenever we were doing the live stream on my channel the other day, it wasn't there.
That's weird.
Because I was trying to redirect to your channel. And I didn't even have a redirect button. But speaking of live streams, look at this. Look at that. Switch Lite OLED.
Hey,
real,
it's functional.
It's real, and
look
it works.
At that.
It looks great. And look at that touch screen looking just perfect.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, guess what? I guess I could wait till we're a little closer to starting the show. Or we could do it now. I have a game code to give away.
Wow.
Yes. I'll send you the trailer. Play the trailer. Show the people. I'm gonna send you a trailer right now. Give me a second. You just hold your horses.
I'm holding my horses. Don't send to my phone. Send to Discord. Because I don't got no iPhones. Bow, bow, bow. Bring me ice cream. Drip can keep his job. What's up, Power Man? I didn't see you there. How you doing, man? Oh, nice, dude. Nice, Joy Pits. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Sonic 3. And where did you watch 1 and 2? What platform can I watch that on, or do I got to pay for it? Or is it one on a platform I already pay for? Are you sending me a trailer, or are you texting your friend?
No, I'm actually just
You're actually just stalling. Rented it in YouTube, but the second's on Netflix. All on that. It's kind of weird. I wonder why they don't have both up on streaming. Well, I can set a goal for super chats too. Let me do that. Let's just one super chat. Set a timer.
copy. I got it. Okay. The game's called Treasure Hunter Simulator, and we're gonna give it to somebody. The first thing you have to do to get it is like the stream. It's required. And I'll know. I'll check. I can check. I have a way to check. Really. Don't question it.
We know. We know that we have analytics.
I have a hacky hack, and I can see everything. Here, I'm trying to send this to you. It is in the pod room.
Sounds good.
Boop.
Okay. Bring it over where the people can see it.
Yes, I was given this code earlier, and I told them that I would show the trailer on our podcast and give it away to one of our guests. They're not paying me or anything, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Not paying me either.
Nice enough. They're just nice enough to send over a code, and I'm not going to use it. I don't do game reviews or anything, so just going to give it to one of you guys. Let me make sure that
That's spray paint? So what's the premise of this game here?
It's Treasure Hunter Simulator. You're hunting treasure.
Wow.
Yeah. You're looking for bones and axe handles and shit. Let me send the code in there for you too.
It's really you can really tell it's a Switch game.
I mean, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to keep it for myself, to be honest. But
yeah.
There you go. I did. That's the code I just put in the chat. Our chat, not the live chat.
Treasure Hunter Simulator, everybody, not a sponsor.
It's on Switch, and you can win it right now by liking this stream and sending it to 5 of your friends.
We can see that too. We can definitely see when you share it with a friend. We get that notification as well.
Yeah, it's true.
Cool. We got 7 likes already there. There we go. 23 more.
See? Yeah, then we'll reveal the details of my new contract. Okay, so yeah.
Hey, by the way, I completely forgot because Monster Hunter came out and I was playing that Friday. I completely forgot. I told people that I'd be streaming the Members Pod Friday. Are you available this Friday? You still doing band practice?
Metal Mojon!
Metal Mojon!
What's up? No band practice this Friday. I have all of my children, but if we do it after bedtime, I can do that.
After bedtime Members Pod this Friday, guys. That's what we're doing. Because, yeah, my bad. I totally forgot about that. It was just bailed on you guys and played Monster Hunter, but I just forgot. So, yeah, that'll be fun. And Drip will be here this time.
Yes, I will. Monster Hunter Wilds is so good. It is.
Dude,
I haven't got to
so
play
good.
a lot. I haven't got to play a lot after we played that night.
Yeah.
With Friday. But dude, oh my god.
I played a couple times.
I don't even want to play. I don't even want to play with people yet. I just want to go through the main story by myself first, and then start playing online and stuff. Like the story's way better. Like the story in Monster Hunter Rise was not good. This is like an actual like story with like good cutscenes and stuff, and like actual good dialogue. I'm interested in it.
So I don't remember what day it was, Joey. Was it Thursday or Friday? But Joey, aka DePitsy on Twitch, came in my stream while we were doing Monster Hunter in the chat. And Joey had just gotten back from having a few adult beverages at a adult beverage facility.
Adult beverage facilities.
Yeah. And Joey was on one. Let me tell you. Joey, you could have told me Joey was smoking that kush or something, because Joey was on another planet. I don't know. It was either Thursday or Friday. I streamed both days. He was hilarious. Joey was a one-man comedy show.
I forgot you streamed the night of the
Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Or no, was it Friday? I don't know. Either Thursday or Friday.
No, it was Thursday night into Friday morning because it came out at midnight. And you did a midnight stream.
I did 2 streams in a row. I did a Thursday night midnight release stream, and I did a Friday night stream with Dude that you were there for.
Yeah, I was there.
Right. Was the Pitsy? Right. Were you there when the Pitsy?
I don't think so. No, that's what I'm saying.
So it must have been Thursday. Yeah, okay. So it must have been Thursday.
Either that or I didn't hear it. I wasn't paying attention, which is also possible.
Yeah, Joey was hilarious. Joey, of course, that's at your own discretion of what you want to share on the internet when you're intoxicated, but you didn't cross any lines or nothing. That was hilarious. Feel free to do it again sometime. I was laughing my ass off. I couldn't even read some of the things he was writing. I'm like, oh my God. Like, damn, dude.
Well, it was Thursday. Yeah, I mean, that makes more sense. It was pretty late.
Damn, we have a straight up, yeah, you're right, Metal Mojo. We got a no on the poll. Ouch.
What an asshole.
Ouchie.
Thanks. Whoever that was. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Dang, son. Dang, that hurts. Turn the music down a little bit so it's a wee bit loud.
You're a wee bit loud.
Jeff Troidvania. Your name,
friends.
Your name sounds like a kid's TV show. Like, it's Jeff Troidvania. That's all, folks.
That's definitely a YouTube channel directed at young children.
Yeah, Jeff Troidvania. Hey, everybody. Yeah. So I watched Daredevil yesterday, and we won't get into that. But
I mean, pre-show's the time, dude. It's awesome. Oh my God, it's so good.
We won't get into that.
So good.
But I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Daredevil. Watched that, and it was, I forget. That's how fast it just left my brain that fast.
Man,
that's how fast it goes,
tell
man.
You, like how to fix that one? I don't know.
That's a me problem. I guess something in my I feel like I got something in my eye, or like I need eye drops right now or something, and
Metal
it's really throwing me off.
Yeah, Metal Mojo, good to see you.
Yeah, man, for sure.
It's been a while.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Just pop in every once in a while. Back in the day, man. Back in the day. Back in the old days when I was actually like streaming regularly.
The Metal Mojon.
That was a hell of a time to be live.
Mega Boyd's here. What's up, man? Mega Boyd, how is things doing? We have not talked in a long time. How are you doing?
I mean, he's basically
we see all the time, but we don't actually talk. Like, how you doing?
Basically a professional ponger now.
I know, man. He's killing it. I'm jealous. He's so good at it.
Is that what you call him? Is that wrong?
A ponger? A ponger. Yeah, I'm sure that's what all the cool kids say. No, just a ponger.
Yeah.
Yep, here I am, the ponger. Don't you know?
So if you talk about
Joe the Toad! Oh my God, it's a throwback. We have Metal Mojon and Joe the Toes in the chat.
Oh my God.
At the same time. Joe the Toes.
Whoa. What is happening?
My
People
son.
coming out of the woodwork.
My child.
It's your son. Oh.
My son.
People coming out of the woodwork. Love it. Love to see it. Old school. Love it.
Love it.
Brings me back to the 2019, 2020, it's 2021 days.
This channel. Drip Media Live.
This actual channel that used to be my live streaming channel.
Yeah.
Turned pod channel.
Forever stays.
That's so funny because I've been talking about that video lately. It's still on this channel from a long time ago where I was renaming Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it came up again because we're talking about Pokemon tonight, and I actually just sent that video over for someone to watch because I was talking about it, and I was like, I had mentioned it like, I don't know, like a week ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's really funny. It's such a funny video, but just edited really funny. Very good editing.
Indy did a great job. Oh man,
yeah. Whoa,
a Metal Mojon with a $9.99. Metal Mojon to say,
so much.
Cheers, fellas. Thanks for the nod. Can't stay long because my wife has gotten an agenda. Your wife has an agenda? What is she? Is she a terror? No, that's sorry.
Something's up.
She's got an agenda. She's
great to see you both.
Evil.
And Mega.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Metal Mojon.
Definitely.
She has an agenda. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. She has an agenda. My future wife has an agenda too. To eat nothing but cheese and bread the rest of her life.
A new Pokemon naming video.
I would love that.
If Jeeb's down to edit it, I will do a live stream playing something, and I will name Pokemon.
Oh, I can't live up to that. I can't. Edit's so good. I'll never be able to follow that edit up. Are you kidding me?
It's a good edit.
You can't put me in that position. I'm going to get exposed.
Hey, y'all talk to Jeeb. I need an editor for it.
Oh, no.
But I'll do it. I'd love to do it. This shit was... I mean, even just watching it back, I mean, it was quite funny.
Yeah.
I laughed very hard. First time
I was just watching the other Eden video that he made for us. the one of me at the claw machine in Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah, Link's Awakening. Yeah, also very good.
Yeah, it's great.
Very good.
And I was just telling Abby, like, man, what a good editor. What a good editor, of course, but what a good video that was. Like, it's just a good. It's simple. It's not. And that's the thing. I actually learned a lot from his edits because that was before I was very against editing at that point.
Yeah.
And I think that him editing for us and then leaving, unfortunately, was one of the reasons I was like, man, I think I can do this. Like,
yeah.
And
look at you now.
I think I'm all right.
Speaking of that, guys, wait till tomorrow when you get to see the video on how I made this Switch Lite OLED that Jeep edited.
Hey.
Watched
Pizza
it.
Guy.
I watched it. Oh my God, Pizza
Guy's
here
in the
too.
chat.
No fucking way.
Oh my God.
No. Get out of here, Pizza.
2 years ago?
This dude.
2 years ago?
I thought I banned Pizza Guy. What happened to that?
Pizza Guy. Everybody. Oh, we forgot about your sounds.
Oh shit. I got this one.
Oh, excuse me. That's good. Got that one. The metals unite, yes. Metal Mojon, Full Metal Knee.
Yes.
Indeed.
Love it.
But seriously, thank you, Metal Blue. That was super nice of you. Super nice of you.
Yeah. Very, 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 very. Well, I don't know what to do with this now. What do I do with all these parts? I just have like a screen. And
it's funny, yeah. I don't know.
Sticks and wires.
I have a
what do I do with all this?
Where I have pieces of Joy-Cons, shells and bits of inside bits. I just kind of keep them in with my. I just have an area of in my tool chest where I got like Joy-Con bits and bobs. So I just kind of throw them all in there. I also
what
have.
What should I do with this?
I also have a Switch dock without the motherboard, just like chilling. Like over back in storage, like just the plastic, for it. Metal or Joey Pitts, the Pitsy, the man. Wind's blowing hard. And actually the comment. Joey Pitts left a comment. He has to get going because he's got to work at 3 a.m. That sucks. Oh. You have a good time working. Get some sleep, dude.
Appreciate that too.
And appreciate the super chat. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Put a ring on it.
I can't believe it's that long since Pizza Guy still just barbecue chicken pizza. It wasn't a barbecue chicken pizza. It was a buffalo chicken pizza. And I'll tell you what, it feels like yesterday because I will never let that go. Fuck you, Pizza Guy.
Yeah. The chat has officially bought us both a beer, by the way. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Appreciate
Cheers.
You guys. I didn't steal it. Well, you certainly didn't pay for it.
It was delicious. If you guys don't know the lore,
I don't know what to do with this.
If you guys don't know the lore of Pizza Guy, that's a throwback, man. You got to figure it out.
It is, yeah.
Maybe we'll do a members podcast of all the lore of Drippin' Jeeb sometime. What are you waiting for?
Oh yeah, there's lots of them, man. New and old.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Yeah, so you said what are you gonna do with that stuff? Keep it, man. You could also sticks, you could sell that that screen. It's gonna get you like $30-$40, I'm sure. Like, you could sell it. I mean, that's something you could do. You could just keep it in storage, and just in case, for whatever reason, if you break your,
I guess if my smallest child breaks her screen, well, one of her sticks is messed up. I could put one of these sticks in her Switch Lite. I don't know if you noticed in the video I used her Switch Lite for B-roll. One of the sticks is just like broken off on one side.
I have noticed that. Yeah. I wouldn't.
She just still plays Fortnite.
Not that your daughter's not worth it, but I wouldn't give her like a Nintendo stick. Just get her one of the cheap crap ones because.
But why would I buy another one when I could just give her this one that's sitting here?
I told you that I wanted to buy those off of you.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I want them.
You want them for yourself.
Don't give them to her. I want them, Dad.
We'll see. It's gonna cost you a pretty penny. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, I ain't paying more than $17.99 because I'll just buy the.
There you go. $17.98.
Isn't the lore a Pizza Guy from an old video with a lot of Bush? I'm not talking about the president. I mean, kind of. Not a video, from a live stream that we did. We did a live stream celebrating these Splatoon and Zelda crossover, Splatfest. And yeah, that was a lot of fun that night. And Drip was trying to order pizza and couldn't get it because his guy stole his pizza. And
Yeah,
then
I watched him. I watched him on the app
yeah,
steal my pizza.
he kind of did. Power Mad, thank you, man.
12 months.
1 year.
1 year anniversary. Look
Appreciate
at that,
it, man. Hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
We'll grant your wish on this Friday, man. We'll do those live streams. And remind me, Power Mad, earlier than you did before, because maybe you'll catch me before I make a mistake and stream or something.
They also, it's 8:24. Let's get.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
going.
we're hella late. Let's go.
Yep, let's go.
Turn that music off, Drip.
Oh,
Yeehaw. All right. Starting the show. Hey, by the way, guys, it's a Pokemon show. Yeah. Oh, how are we giving this thing away, by the way?
I need an actual. Okay, I'm gonna give it away right now. The first person to.
Or do you want to just throw it in the chat and let them have at it? First person to type it in.
No, that's insanity. That's insanity. The first person to tell me what the capital of the state I live in is gets the code.
Wow. Okay. State capital in the chat. We'll announce it during the podcast. And Jumping Bear's in the chat. Jumping Bear, another old name we haven't seen in a while. What's up, man? Good to see you. How you doing?
All
Where's
right,
your buddy? Where's your buddy
fucking-
Koo that smells like poo?
Fucking Pokemon. I gotta open another margarita for this.
Dude. I guess dude gets the. I guess he really wanted it.
Richmond.
I guess he really wanted it. Dude just had to take it from all you guys. John Evo's in the chat now. We have everybody's here.
Listen, that's a West Virginia joke. Because anytime
it's
we're
not
out,
Richmond?
if you're from West Virginia, you go out anywhere that's not West Virginia or East Coast-ish. Someone's like, "Where are you from?" And they're like, "I'm from West Virginia." They're like, "Oh, is that near Richmond?" Like, okay, first off, no, because Richmond is fucking Virginia, not West Virginia.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they say, "Are you close to Virginia Beach?" No, not close to that whatsoever. Not even close at all.
Dude, don't make fun of me, dude. I don't know the capital of West Virginia. Who do you think I am? Like,
do we have it in there yet? Oh, we got it. Pizza guy already got it. Pizza guy wins. Pizza guy gets the code.
I don't know.
Fuck you, pizza guy.
I don't even know I'm not sure of the capital of Illinois, to be honest with you. I couldn't even get it in my mouth. I was going to say Springfield, but somebody had to go and steal it from my thunder of being maybe correct. It's Springfield.
Yo, mama.
Thanks, Miss Jeep. Thunder stealer. Mrs. Jeep is a grounding rod because she steals my thunder.
Oh, wow. That was a good one. All right. Pizza guy.
Anchorage.
Message me. Just send me a message right now.
Pizza guy got it?
Yeah, pizza guy got it.
Hell yeah.
Send me a message right now in Discord, like a DM, and I'll send it. I'll send you the code right now.
Oh, we can do it after the show.
You can,
we do gotta.
You can start the show. Go. I'm good. I got this.
Johnny was in the chat. Foo. Do you know the capital PA? Harrisburg. I think.
Is it?
I think I'm pretty sure. I'm like 85% sure. It's not Philadelphia, which has always been annoying to me. But Philadelphia used to be the capital of the United States of America. No. Did you hear Mrs. Team? You're an asshole tonight. She's feeling feisty. She said, "Let it go." Listen, Philadelphians will not be put down anymore. We will not be thrown into the ground any longer. Harrisburg stinks. Pittsburgh sounds like Harrisburg, so it also stinks. Philadelphia with a hoagie in your mouth. That's the best town. It ain't Atlantic City. That's New Jersey.
So Pizza Guy didn't even know what he won. He's asking me right now, what game is this?
We've gone off the rails. We should start the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back on the rails, folks. We're going to do the podcast. Here we go.
Yep.
Welcome, everyone, to the Drippin' G podcast. I'm your host, Uncle G, and with me is host Drippy D Gaming. record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also become a member of this podcast, get extra podcast content every single month. And I keep giggling because we just had like the funniest 5 minutes I think we've ever had in our live chat. Just it was chaos. It was complete chaos.
It's good stuff. It was great.
It's still happening
all the time.
Johnny called us a sellout because we have ads. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We are monetized now.
Yeah.
I apologize. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't
worry. We're about to give you another one, straight from our mouths. Don't worry about it.
That's right. But before we just sell out again, Drip, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm happy to be here. New contract and stuff. Feeling good for the new 2025 season. Feeling fresh. Legs are strong. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Well, I'm not, but I'm doing great because that's my default. What I say, I have this burden of just.
We all just laugh to keep from crying.
Exactly. Can we make a song? We need to make an AI song.
That's a country song.
We all just have to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably already been made. I'm sure that song is already out there.
We gotta keep our heads up, stay strong.
Careful. We're gonna get a copyright strike.
Sometimes we gotta sit in a room and cry. Okay, everyone's left the show already.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, we're doing a Pokemon episode because we're the Pokemon boys. We've always been.
We love Pokemon.
The Pokemon boys. I mean, have you seen us?
I love rock snakes so much. And
God, fire rat. Damn, love it.
Yeah, I like the electric mouse. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, I love electric mouse. Blue turtle. Love my blue turtle.
Yeah, baby ninja turtle.
Baby Ninja Turtle. Sorry. You have the names, not me.
The Baby Ninja Turtle. I love Baby Ninja Turtle. Flowerback also.
Yes. Flowerback. Yes. Flowerback.
Flowerback. Probably my favorite of all of them.
Oh my
Flowerback.
God. Anyway, so we don't have we usually get a Pokemon expert on, but we have none. So we're just left to our own devices to talk about Pokemon tonight. So please forgive us in advance if we sound like morons. I do my best. I do play the games. Drip is just a poser.
I love Pokemon, all of them.
Yeah?
I almost got a Pokemon tattoo 2 weeks ago, and I didn't because I got a Kirby tattoo.
You did get a Kirby tattoo, and
I haven't even shown anybody that on the I put it in the Discord. I haven't even shown anybody.
Where is it at?
It's so good. It's on my leg.
Oh,
it's on the side of my leg.
Well, how many likes will it take for you to show your leg?
How many likes? I don't know. How many are there now?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
If there are 5 more likes, I will show my Kirby tattoo. And it's not even just Kirby. It's Kirby with his Link suit on. His little Link hat with the sword. It's very good. It's a very good tattoo.
Very good.
But yeah, I mean, he's basically a Pokemon. He's like the same thing.
Yeah, he's as close as you're going to get. That's for sure.
There is a Kirby Pokemon, right? That pink one? It's Kirby, right?
The pink one. There's 1,000 Pokemon, and you just say
the pink round one. The pink round Pokemon. That's Kirby, right? Not?
That's not going to help me, Drip. Pink Jigglypuff is Jumping Bear says Jigglypuff.
That's Kirby.
Very much not Kirby. Not even remotely close at all. Pink and round. Close. I am also pink and round. Am I Kirby? Drip?
Yes. You are also Kirby.
Thank you. All right, I'm Kirby too. Let's talk about the Pokemon. Before we get any more off the rails, like I promised, we're going to get back on the tracks and talk about the Pokemon Presents, which if Drip had his sounds back, we had play the Price is Right tuba.
I will tell you this. I was telling this to Jeeb before we started the show, before we started the pre-show. If I would have just sat down, me as a non-Pokemon fan, really, if someone would have just sat me down and be like, you have to predict the Pokemon Presents, I feel like I probably would have got most of it exactly right.
Yeah, what
I would have done is I would have gone back to the previous one and looked at it, and I probably would have just copied a lot of that, and that would have been mostly right, because that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
it's just the same thing every year. It's the same exact.
There's a formula. They release mobile games. They release updates to games they already have. They put out little DLC, and with Scarlet and Violet, they announce events. They put out a TV show.
I'm actually kind of interested.
Talk about a future game
that's
unreleased, because there's always a future game that's unreleased with Pokemon, because they constantly put new games out. and that's why they kind of sync. And we'll talk about that later. But let's talk about a couple, like something I think was pretty cool. Actually a couple things from it, because most of it was lame. The Pokemon Presents was majority lame, but there's two cool things. The first thing, I think that's stop motion, claymation stop motion. And TV show looks
the Netflix show.
Yeah, 4 free episodes on the YouTube channel. That's awesome. I will be watching. I think I'll check that one out.
That is the Netflix show, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I don't they have a season of that already out, or am I wrong?
I think you're not wrong. I just don't know. I think they have already put out another season of it, or a different show with the stop motion. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that looks cool. I'd be interested in maybe checking that out. I mean, I love Kirby, like I said. So.
Yeah, same thing. And Pokemon Champions, which I think is going to be one of the more interesting things coming from this Pokemon Presents, because it is a mobile game, but also apparently it's coming to Switch, and it's going to be cross-platform. So Switch players and iOS and Android players are going to be able to play together, and it's a battle-focused Pokemon game. That's pretty much all we really know about it.
Stadium type of thing, right? Is that what that's
Pokemon
like
Stadium? I think Pokemon Stadium is a different experience, but yeah, this is more along the lines of like the traditional battles that you do in Pokemon. You know, just think about your traditional battles, just that in its own spinoff, and it's on iOS and Android. So I think that's actually kind of cool, and I will be checking that out. They did, and
John Ebo says there's 4 episodes of that show on Netflix.
I thought it was on their YouTube. I thought it was their YouTube channel.
I thought they did say it was live on their YouTube channel.
I think they did, Johnny. I think they put it on their YouTube channel for free.
Maybe they put it on Netflix too. But
they probably
do remember them saying something about
because they use the phrasing for free, and that wouldn't be Netflix. You're not going to watch it for free.
Yeah, I mean,
on Netflix.
I guess if you don't have Netflix, you can watch them on YouTube and then pay for Netflix to watch the rest. Maybe that's fair.
I think that's exactly the strategy. So either way, yeah. So that game's kind of cool, Pokemon Champions, but there's
it looks all right.
There's a game I'm really excited for, Pokemon Z-A, and Drip's not very excited for it. Or are you? Am I speaking out of turn here? Drip.
I mean, I love Pokemon.
Stop.
Obviously, I'm very.
The bit's over. The bit's dead. They're taking it back and shooting it, Drip.
Oh, okay. I don't, dude. I don't care. Yeah. I mean, there are aspects of this game.
You played Arceus.
I did. And I enjoyed what I played of it, but like every other Pokemon game, I get a little bit into it, and I'm like, I'm sick of it. I'm done. That was cool, but I'm done. They don't really pull me in. They don't do it for me. They just don't, and it's okay. Like people who love Pokemon, it's awesome. Love Pokemon. I'm so happy for you that you love something. I mean, I'm happy for you. That's great. It's just not for me, really. There were a few things about this game that I did see that I was like, okay, that's something I can at least be interested in enough to see what they put in the next trailer.
But before we talk about what we like what we like and what we don't like about Legends Z-A, we have to talk about today's sponsor, which is Mobopad. Drip, yes. We've both tried a bunch of third-party controllers, and I think we both can say that Mobopad makes some of the best accessories we've ever tried, hands down.
They do.
And most recently, they put out this Mobopad N1 controller. It's a pro controller alternative. It brings that Mobopad quality that we've come to expect for an affordable price. Drip, I think you have it right there with you.
I do. I have it right here.
What's your feelings on it?
This is, for the price, this is a great controller. If you're looking for something to get the job done, it's going to be reliable and just has a great feel. I mean, this is it. You can get it in black. And if you're a Kirby fan like me, a big Pokemon Kirby fan like me, you can get it in pink. So that's very awesome too. It does have back paddles, which is nice. It's their basic version of a controller. They got one with a little more tricks up its sleeve. This one's the basic one. It gets the job done, comfortable. It's good. It's great.
Yeah, it brings that Mopad quality we've come to expect before an affordable price. You guys can find the N1 controller in the link in the description. Make sure to check it out. Also, they got their website, mopad.com. Check them out there. Thanks for Mopad for sponsoring today's episode. Drip. Pokemon Z-A. Is it a 3DS game blown up?
No. I mean... No, yes, no, I don't know. It's not great. It doesn't look good. But let me ask you this. Instead of a specific question of how bad does it look, Did you expect anything else? That's my question to you. Did you
Well,
expect more?
It's a bit of a loaded question
Yes,
because I had hopes that this version was going to be, at the bare minimum, looking like Legends Arceus did. And I feel like
back to the,
this game looks
to the other art style.
This game looks a lot more like Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
it does
it's the same art
Legends
style. It's like the same exact art style. Yeah.
Art style is one thing, but Arceus had a level of polish to it visually. Now, it wasn't Breath of the Wild. In fact, we all criticized it pretty heavily when it came out. Little did we know, just a few months later, we were going to get even more disappointed, and Arceus was going to be made to look even better than what it was because of how bad Scarlet and Violet was, but I digress. This game looks like it shares more DNA with Scarlet and Violet in a bad way. And we can sit here and argue about graphics all day. I mean, people do. People say they don't care, but I feel like when people say they don't care, or they say it looks fine, when they use those kind of terminology, they're just avoiding they're avoiding the conversation, they're avoiding the argument. Because the argument isn't that it looks fine or that they don't care. What we see is, in a nice way, unimpressive.
Yeah,
and go ahead.
It's what I expected. It's exactly what I expected it to be. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't get hyped for Pokemon stuff, because there was a time early in the Switch's life when I was like, you know what? I'm going to get into Pokemon. I'm going to like this. And it was Sword and Shield. And you know how that went. And then, you know, I tried and tried. I'm like, oh, I do a YouTube Nintendo channel. How can I not like Pokemon? I have to at least try to like Pokemon. I'm sorry. And it's not really Pokemon itself. It's the games. It's the way that they're made and the problems they have. It's too much for such a big company for me to be able to get behind. And I know there's other things, and we're going to kind of go into that later. Like, there are other limitations that we've talked about and stuff that they have, like as developers, and like time limits and things that they have to do, which we'll get into that. But I mean, let's be honest. Let's be real honest here. Looking at this game, this could run, I mean, how many generations back of a Nintendo system?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. A lot of the talking points from today I took from Kit and Krista.
Yes,
because
this is what I'm going from that, because they
nailed the conversation.
This is actually not the HD part of it, because that's true. Couldn't do HD, but like as far as like everything else, like GameCube could have ran this game easy. And I mean, even down to the stuff where it's like,
it's not about that. It's optimization.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We'll get into all that stuff in a bit. Here's another problem I have. Speaking of optimization, like, the one thing that you actually have complete control over, the one aspect of this is marketing, right? What you show in your marketing. You have control over that. The very first scene of that trailer, they zoom into these gates, and like as you're coming in, like on the lines of everything you're getting closer to, you just see it going like these white lines just flying through everything, all over like it's the first thing you see. And you know, a lot of people probably wouldn't notice that.
It was
so distracting. It was the very first thing I saw. As soon as they did that first little swoop down in to see what's going on, I'm like, oh God. And it's in every single scene. And I mean, there's no like noticeable that I saw anyway, like frame rate stuff.
No,
but you got it.
We didn't see glitches. We didn't see frame rate issues. I will say though,
we're gonna get that.
We didn't see that in Scarlet and Violet trailers either. I mean, we did see frame rate stuff. That we did see in Scarlet and Violet trailers. We saw that for sure. We didn't see it in this one, but we didn't see glitches in Scarlet and Violet. I don't think nobody expected the game to have glitches, because that's not the problem with Pokemon games. The problem with Pokemon games is not that they are glitchy, buggy messes. It's that they're unimpressive.
Some of them are, but some of them aren't.
Not to the level of Scarlet and Violet by any means. Not even close.
No, yeah,
that was a surprise. I think that was a surprise.
Well, the DLC, from what I understand, was even worse.
That was a surprise to everybody when it launched, and it was just like, And I just can't stress enough when it's not about, I don't see it. It doesn't bother me. I'm running down the street and are surrounded by mountainscapes, and shadows are glitching from my feet up to the peak of a mountain, like massive amounts of land mass just flashing bright and dark.
You know why that happens?
Glitching through the floor when you're in a battle. You're standing in a wall. You can't see the Pokemon you're battling because it's stuck in a wall. You fall through the floor. And these are things that I experienced. A lot of people experience that. And I want to say this before you get to what you're saying, Drew. People say this. This is a common quote. Their focus is on gameplay. Pokemon Company does what they need to do. They don't take their time. They do what they need to do, and they do it, and they focus on the gameplay. As to say, the graphics aren't priority. That is a bogus narrative. It's bogus. You can have both. You can have both.
Oh yeah,
you can have a polished product.
Biggest IP in the world.
You can have a polished product, and at the same time, also be focusing on gameplay. When you're the most rich company, entertainment company in the world,
by a long way.
You don't have to be that, but when you are that, it's even easier to make sure these things can be accomplished, and even more egregious when you don't accomplish them. Why? It's about standards. If I'm going to be held to a high standard as a podcaster, which I'm not, I'm glad I'm not, because people would really lay the crap on me because I talk stupid all the time.
Boy.
But we have higher standards for smaller things than we do for Pokemon. People are just like, just let it go, man. It's whatever. It's play the games, have fun, or don't. It's not who cares? They focus on the gameplay. It's fun. Standards. If you're going to charge $60, $70 for a game and then another $35 for DLC, you better give me what I'm paying for. And it's in comparison to the rest of the industry. Indies produce better things. One-man teams can produce better things. How about this? 3-man teams, Pal World. Not a Pokemon game. They tried their best to copy it, though, and it had plenty of issues. And we've talked about this on this show.
Yeah.
But you can see what 3 people were able to do. And it looked better than Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
I would argue as many glitches.
It didn't have to run on the Switch.
That's right.
Either.
But they didn't have. They didn't have a $1 billion corporation at their disposal either.
No, and you're right. And here's the thing, because I did that video on kind of talking about the Switch 2 and the Mario Kart, 9 footage, and that developer who kind of broke it down and was talking about things in the lighting and things like that. He did another video, and he was talking about problems that Pokemon games had on the Switch. And it was a lot of it had to do with the fact that the world of Scarlet and Violet was it was too ambitious. There was too much stuff. It was too big to begin with. And then they basically had to scale it back. They had to scale it back to even get it to run. And like some of the stuff you're talking about with the shadows that do all those weird things. Oh, excuse me.
You're fired.
Oh, fired. Oh, that's in my contract. I'm allowed like 4 yawns a show.
No, you're not.
So the reason they do that is because they're trying everything they can to take certain things out as they need to take them out so it can at least run at a decent frame rate.
Mm.
But a lot of those things are set up on these like automatic these like models that are built into it. So it like chooses things in a scene to take out. And sometimes it's like a shadow, but it does weird shit with it instead of like taking it out. Yeah.
A shadow the size of New Jersey. Just like just goes away and comes back.
And you'll notice like there was an area he was showing where there's like big flags up on these hills.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they're far away, they're just like JPEG photos. They don't move at all. And as they get closer, it's like
about 4 frames per second.
Yeah. And then also, if you look at those things, they are not like they're not based on like physics. They're not like wind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an animation that just keeps going over and over. That's why all the flags look exactly the same. So they're cutting corners with a lot of this stuff, just trying to get the game to run because they built it too big in the first place. That's a big problem that they have. I mean, as a developer, he was saying that they probably spent, I don't even remember the number of what I said. I think it was like 40% of the time just trying to get, just optimizing, trying to get it to run at a decent place to even put it out, which it still didn't get to. So, I mean, they've got a big problem with hardware right now, too. And I think a lot of that may be fixed for them just to get them back on par with the Switch 2, because they're not going to have so many limitations. But even being back on par with like Switch games, so your Switch 2 game is now at like Switch level and doesn't run like complete garbage. So now you're going to try to do what? You're going to try to up that to the Switch 2 because it's going to be so amazing. Pokemon on the Switch 2, look out. Then what? Then we're back again? We're back to we've done something too big and we don't have time to fix it. We don't have the resources to do it because for some reason we're the biggest company in the world. We just don't ask for any help or go out and get help. Like that makes zero sense to me either. So, I mean, are we going to just do this all over again once we get to the Switch 2?
Do you think Game Freak is capable at any level as they currently exist of making a game that is on par to what the industry standard is?
At this point, no, because I haven't seen it. And they've had multiple chances to do it with seemingly unlimited money to do it. So it's hard to say, yeah, they can do it.
What's the best looking Switch Pokemon game you would say?
That Game Freak did or overall?
Yeah, Game Freak.
Let's go Pikachu and Eevee.
Okay, let's talk about that. It's the best looking game. So that is like that was
by
the first
mile.
That was the
by
first
a
one.
Fucking mile.
That was the first one they put out.
So I want to put this out there. The actual best looking Pokemon game on the Switch is Pokemon New Pokemon Snap. That's the best.
Yeah, it's not made by Game Freak. It's not made by Pokemon game.
Yeah, that's Bandai Namco who made that, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but you understand the incitement though. We're talking about games made by Game Freak that are first line.
Let's go. It's Let's Go by a mile.
Now
100%.
That game, while it looks good, gameplay isn't good. I mean, from the start, doesn't feel good to use your character. It feels like a college, like what did they call that? College like proof of concept or like exam game. Like the movement in that game it felt like you were using a D-pad, but it was the analog stick. Like using your analog stick, but it just felt like D-pad movement. Didn't feel good. The Pokemon. I mean, the sprites look good. That's what made it good. Like the Pokemon themselves look pretty good, high resolution.
Yeah, it looked good.
There wasn't like these weird lines all over the place. But at what cost? The game had hardly any gameplay to it. It was the gameplay. Well, in the battle system wasn't even in there. It was just like,
well, yeah, but it was basically just a remake
of
like it was a remake of Yellow, right? That's what it was, right?
Yeah, but that's not an excuse of why it looked like and played like that.
I mean it's not. But I mean, what are the other remakes?
It didn't have it's not the point. It's not the point. The point is that it was stripped from what Pokemon games are even.
I'm saying the same thing. The other remakes they make are the same way. Like they did some weird art style, and it's still. I mean, from what I understand, not a lot. I mean, it wasn't like people were super happy with it and loved it. I mean, it got a lot of criticism too. Whatever that last one was it Shining Pearl and
oh my god, people hate that one. And honestly, I didn't think that was that bad. As a non-diehard Pokemon fan who doesn't understand why people hated it, like they do, I thought it was a fine game. I did end up selling it though.
It was fine. I loved it. Here, I got $20 after.
Well, actually, one of Abby's coworkers' children wanted it, and I wasn't playing it, so I was a good boy. And we sold it to her for a song. Abby misunderstood me because I was like, "Yeah, well, I'll take $25 for it for the both." I was expecting $50 and we got $25. I was very upset. Anywho,
that's okay. That's okay.
Who sells games? Broke people, Johnny. Hi, how you doing?
I don't sell games because I can't, because they're all digital.
Yeah. I don't know where to take this from here. I mean, I got some talking points. about as far as from Let's Go, but they don't play that great, even when they look good. And when they look bad, they play better. Let's talk about what we thought about Z-A as far as gameplay, what we saw. I want you to talk about it because I feel like I have a different feeling than you do.
Okay. The one thing I saw from Z-A that I really thought was interesting, and I don't really care about any of this, but one thing I don't like about Pokemon games is the battle systems. I don't like turn-based battling. I don't think it's fun. I think it's boring. My ADHD will not allow that. It's just not enough for me. But this looks like something very cool because it looks like this is more of a real-time thing. Like you can actually move your Pokemon as well and get out. Like if somebody shoots some fire or lightning at you, you can just move out of the way.
Yeah.
Like you can literally walk out of the way. So you're moving. And I'm pretty sure I saw that the moves have like a cooldown. So I'm not sure if you even have to wait your turn. As long as you have like a move to like throw out there, you could just do it. If that's the way it is, it's like actual fighting, like Pokemon just straight up fighting. I'm in. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So let's go back to Arceus. Arceus had a similar play style.
You could move yourself. Yeah, you
could move yourself, and you could get hit yourself. You had to make sure you weren't getting hit. Yeah. Your Pokemon didn't follow you like in this game does. It seems like this game that is the gameplay. They follow you around when you move, and you help them avoid obstacles, attacks and whatnot. And in Arceus got some criticism because it was kind of breaking the regular traditional battle formula, where it wasn't just regular turn based. It was you could even like kind of skip your turn, or the other person with certain move sets. There was like a fast move set or a powerful move set, and if you use the fast one, you got like 2 turns in a row or something. Whereas if you use the power one, you got one turn,
an extra layer of strategy.
And I got criticism. I enjoyed that system. I thought that added to it, not to take anything away.
And that's kind of what they've done with these Legend games too. They've used this for like
experimental.
Let's test this shit out. Yeah, let's just see how this goes.
And
some of it did end up going into.
Let me finish my thought with this though.
Go ahead.
So with this game, I'm actually somewhat negative of what I saw because I liked what we saw in Arceus. I would have rather seen polish on that system. Instead, it seems like they're almost getting away from battling altogether, the traditional battling altogether, and its focus is on timer cooldowns and physical movement instead of back and forth strategy battling. Arceus was a good combination of both. Back and forth strategy game battling, and also like this moving around concept.
So you think they've taken it too far?
I think they have.
See, I disagree.
Because I thought Arceus was a better Pokemon game in terms of like all around Pokemon game than even Scarlet and Violet. Because it was more fun.
Any of the other ones that I've
Scarlet and Violet, it was like actually as much as I love Scarlet and Violet as far as playing it. Battling was a step back.
Really enjoyed that game,
but it was a step backwards for me battling because I was like, I just got off of Arceus, and we're going back
to the original battle.
Back to the original battle system. I couldn't move my camera around, let alone my character around in Scarlet and Violet. That was trash. They took the freedom away when they gave it to you in Arceus. This game seems like they're taking the freedom way too far, and there's just no more battling. It's just kind of like cooldowns.
No, it's fighting. It's actual fighting. You got to move. You got to dodge. It's like playing ARMS in Pokemon, though. Love it. I'm in. If that's what it is, I'm so there. That sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, it's just I got to see more. We haven't seen enough of it for me to be like, oh, it stinks. I want to play it first, but I have a feeling I'm not gonna like it, and I'm not gonna like the next generation of like the successor to Scarlet and Violet. I'm probably not gonna like that either because it's probably not gonna be all that fixed.
Well, before we even jump into that, let me ask you this real quick, because since we're talking about the successor of games, obviously that means we're going to talk a little Switch too. Let me ask you this. This game looks like a dog turd. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Is this okay? One, does this get a Switch 2 version? I say no, it doesn't. Does it get a Switch 2 version? Answer that.
My last hope for Game Freak is that that's the reason this game looks the way it does, because they've also been co-developing a Switch 2 version. That's my last hope.
Holding your breath on that.
That's the last thing I can hold on to with Game Freak before I write them off completely. If they release a Switch 2 version, and when I say Switch 2 version, I don't mean just a port. I mean like It is.
Yeah, like an actual version.
It's
upgraded,
cleaned.
like
The
visuals,
edges
everything.
have been cleaned. There's no more that jaggedy white bullshit all around the edges. The resolution is no longer 480p. The textures aren't flat PNGs. Like, it's actually,
you're
which is
hoping for
all
a lot there.
By the way, people who say the games are fine, all proper descriptions of these games.
Yes.
How are you going to sit
Spot
here?
on.
How are you going to sit here and, like, my desk has more texture than this game does. Like, it's a PNG file. There's like ivy. There's one scene where you really clearly see like this ivy on a wall or whatever. It's a flat PNG. There's no texture to any of the leaves
that's what I'm saying.
or
And
the
there's lots
ivy.
there's lots of stuff like that. We know it, and it's been like that every single game
just
on the Switch.
bothers me. People are still
Not a
like,
lot's
it's
changed.
fine.
Not a lot's changed. So
Don't buy it if you don't like it. Shut the fuck up.
yeah,
You're
Yeah,
the reason
you know?
why they suck. You're the reason why
Yes.
they suck.
Do
You,
better.
You
Do
buy them
better.
and you don't complain about it. At least I complain about it, and some people even don't buy it, which is what's going to
I'll
fix
tell
it.
you what the funny thing is. The funny thing is that Pokemon's got the most criticism on the Switch, but it also has sold the most on the Switch.
Well, there's a reason for that, because the Switch is awesome.
I know. It's just kind of funny that both those things are happening at the same time. But
Every Nintendo franchise has sold the most on the Nintendo
Right.
Switch.
my second question, if we don't get a Switch version, is this going to be a game that actually runs better on the Switch too? Or is this, we don't know what they're going to do with Switch games on the Switch too. If they're actually just going to run the exact same, or if they're going to get a boost or whatever.
We've
But,
talked
like,
about this. We've talked about this.
Yeah, and
already.
let's and I'm really curious about this. Would this save this game for you? Let's say it does have some issues in the frame rate department, and maybe it's not quite as clean as you want, but let's say you get it on the Switch 2 and it's like, okay, the frame rate issues are gone. It may not look amazing still. It's still kind of rough around the edges, but it's upscaled a little bit because, the DLSS is going to do that for you.
No, it won't.
Maybe.
That has to be built
Okay,
into the
well,
game.
Maybe it is. We don't know that.
That would be a Switch 2 version. If they built the Switch 2 DLSS into the game, that's a Switch 2 port.
Okay, either way, all I'm saying is
It's either this exact same experience or it's a Switch 2 experience. There's
Okay.
no middle ground.
then cut that part out. Cut that part out. Act like I didn't say that. Rewind. All I'm talking about is that the frame rate is fixed just because the Switch 2 has a little more power and it can like let it do its thing, which I don't think is going to happen either. Are you good with it at that point? If it actually runs 30 frames per second.
One contingency. There's no glitches because Arceus had no glitches. Was great. I mean, I'm sure it had its own share of particular minute glitches, but when we say has no glitches, we're referring to Scarlet and Violet, which had the most glitches I think I've ever seen from a $60 video game in my life. As long as it's not like that, and by the way, not just Switch 2, both systems. It can't be a glitch. It can't have glitches on Switch version. It can't. It just can't. They can't do that again. How can they? If they do that again, they put out another Scarlet and Violet debacle with this game. And when I say that, I'm talking about the glitches. Then I'm out. I'm out.
And you know what the Pokemon
I'm
company says
out.
to that?
I'm out on Pokemon. I'm no
The
longer
Pokemon company
purchasing
says,
your products.
"Oh, boo-hoo. Fuck you."
I know
Baby.
nobody
That's what
cares.
they
I'm not
say.
saying that for like sympathy.
Oh, I mean, I know.
Nobody.
That's what
I'm sure
saying.
somebody.
I get it.
If this video is distraction, there'll be people who comment on it and like saying you're just a hater.
No, I mean, I get it
Like,
though, dude. Fuck that.
I'm not saying that because I want your
already
sympathy.
out. I've been out.
I'm just. I will be. They can't put 2 games in a row with glitches galore. The frame rate I can get over, mostly as long as it's stable. Unlike Violet. And the glitches, there can't be any that are massive, especially game-breaking ones or experience-ripping ones. Because Breath of the Wild has glitches. Like, I'm not saying games don't have glitches. Every game has glitches. But you know what I mean when I say that. Just look at Scarlet and Violet. It can't be that again. And if it
I'll tell you what's
does,
gonna be
if it
hilarious.
does, I'm out. I can't do it anymore.
This is what's going to be hilarious. This game, potentially, is going to be a Switch 1 only game. The last Pokemon Switch game.
Right.
Which is obviously, as we know already, going to be able to be played on a Switch 2. If there's no help for this game, because we're talking about Game Freak, the company who has left, they've fixed some stuff, but they've left Scarlet and Violet in the condition it's in now and put out DLC that's even worse.
And they made an empty apology. Remember that empty apology that fooled everybody, thinking that maybe they're going to do something.
And they did
What
nothing.
assholes!
They did nothing. So it's going to be very funny if this game has those type of issues, and it's going to be basically out for a Switch 1 game, playable in the Switch 2 when the Switch 2 is brand new, and people are putting that game in their new Switch 2 to play because it's like that's the Pokemon experience they're going to get on the Switch 2 is that. Like, we don't know it's going to be terrible. I could be totally wrong. This could be like the smoothest running Pokemon game ever, and I mean, it may look a little rough around the edges, but it's like solid frame rate, solid things, no glitches. At that point, I'm like, whatever, it's fine. And Arceus, how many actual problems that Arceus had? It wasn't free of issues.
It was a little jagged around the edges. There was a little framey issues here and there. It at the time it felt way more massive because that was at that point, the latest Pokemon game, and it released with glitches and issues. But it just seemed like a bigger deal because we didn't know what they had up their sleeve.
Was like, hold my beer.
Exactly. Let me say this, Drip. Here's a quote of the year. The bar has never been lower for the Pokemon company right now. You can literally
walk with your feet scooting across the ground and not trip over the bar.
I mean, this bar is so low, and it's sad to see people still defending Game Freak and Pokemon Company and Nintendo right now for what they're putting out. I mean, this bar is ground level. If anything, it's subground, like the glitches in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, and I mean, I get the
mic drop moment.
I mean, that's good. You're not wrong, and I get the fact that they have certain limitations that they have to keep things going at a certain rate and releasing on certain dates because it coincides with card games and TV shows and this and that. All the things that come out, they've got to have the game ready too. So Game Freak is on that time crunch where it's like, we have this is what we're doing, this is when it has to be out, and there's no like, oh, well, we have to delay it. No, there's no delaying it. I get that. I understand that. What I do not understand is why, after all of these games and all of the problems that they clearly know about, because they've, as you said, made empty promises on Twitter saying that they were going to be fixed, and we hear you. We hear about the problems. We know about the problems. They're going to be fixed. They're going to be fixed. They weren't. So after that many games, and they clearly know that this is the problem, why are they still not reaching out somewhere for more help, more hands, more people working on these games to get them to a place they need to be before they release without all these problems? Like, that's the part I don't understand. That's the part where I don't understand that at all. Especially, I could get it if you're a small company, you don't have the resources, you do what you do. If you only have that much time to get there, do what you do. You're the biggest, literally the biggest entertainment IP in the fucking universe. You're it. And that's the games you get. Those are the games you put out. And it's just your little Game Freak team, and we just keep on like, no. Shut the fuck up, sit down, get some more people in here, and do this the right, like, do it right for once. Like, do it right. Like, think about this. Think about other big, we're not talking Pokemon. I'm not even, actually, we can talk Nintendo. Let's talk other Nintendo franchises. The cream of the crop Nintendo franchises. Because, yes, Pokemon is also owned by, it's a co-owned by Nintendo. So it's not technically a full-on Nintendo property, but it is. Look at your Marios. Crispy as fuck. 60 frames per second. Looking great, that new Mario. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 1080p, 60, right?
Pushing the boundaries of the hardware. I mean, yeah. You can't get better performance and visuals out of a Switch game than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, oh yeah, Mario Kart 8's it. Like, if you want to see what the Switch can do, just put in Mario Kart 8. It looks great. The colors are beautiful. That's why
that game competes with any Sony PlayStation game.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect.
It's not 4K.
Right,
it's not 4K.
No, it's not.
It's not.
You can put it up against anything.
It looks
and it's
incredible.
Like, okay, yeah, this is legit.
Metroid. Don't forget about Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime remastered on the Switch on the same hardware. I understand it's an older game.
That game truly
I understand
competes.
It's an older game remastered. I get that. I totally get that. But it looks 1,000 times better than anything Pokemon has put on the Switch.
Different games, you know.
Anything
of course,
Game Freak has put on the Switch.
They're different games with different mechanics. So we will. It's not like
simpler.
We're not comparing.
Simpler, easier to render easier to render everything. And still, you can't make a little animal doing this and a guy behind him doing this, not have a shadow that goes to the fucking moon and back, and just like you can't. What? How can we not? Like, how is this still a problem after? And it was like that was the thing. Remember, Sword and Shield. People were like, "What the fuck?" The N64 trees.
The trees.
Yeah, like it was a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, okay, they've had their time. They know what they've done wrong. We're still there. Like, okay, the trees look better. Wonderful. Good fucking job. Yay. But like we're still right there in all this same, we're still in the same mud. We're still stuck here in the same mud, spinning our wheels with these Pokemon games. And I still cannot understand how this gigantic company has not reached out to somebody at Nintendo, somebody at another studio inside of Nintendo. How come Nintendo hasn't been like, all right, we need to make these better. Let's figure out how we can all work together to do this. What is happening?
I think what's happening is Nintendo doesn't really. I can't imagine Nintendo's not asking about it. They have to be. They have to at least be asking Game Freak, like, hey, do you think we can get some other help here, or how can we help you make this better?
Especially not to go back to the same point, but like,
we help you make this product better?
Like, hey, like we're putting out.
Huh?
We're putting out, games like, okay, some frame rate issues. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Odyssey. We're putting out games like that. And I know there are a few Nintendo games that have had some problems. Link's Awakening, some frame rate issues.
Oh, come on. That's such a generous, that's such a hardly frame rate issues. I fight for that game.
But it had some.
Yeah, when you
look great.
Yeah, for about 2.7 seconds when you switch between areas.
When you switch between the
those
big areas.
2.7 seconds, there was a glitch.
Yes, it does have it right there as it's going through those areas.
Then
it's like,
and then we snap back to reality.
Right.
How about you free up Echoes of Wisdom as a better example of issues?
Echoes of Wisdom did have some atrocious frame rate issues.
Yes.
But again, that was Grezzo.
At least it had polish. The game was still polished.
The
game was the cutest.
It had one of the cutest games.
One of the cutest games Nintendo's have ever made.
But and that's a great comparison too, especially with the type of art style we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good comparison. You can at least put those two up against each other and be like, okay.
And they got 60 FPS out of it.
Did they though?
At some points.
Okay, yeah.
Its ceiling was 60 FPS. The ceiling of Scarlet and Violet may not even be 30.
The ceiling of my house is 8 feet tall, but how often do I touch that? Just saying.
You can jump.
I can't. Again, how often do I touch it? That's what I'm asking. Not that often. That's the whole point. Anyway, all I'm saying is with Nintendo, and I can see like, okay, Pokemon makes money. Like, oh, they make money. Just let them do it. Like, at a certain point, it's like, okay, guys, like, you see how like this one looks like this, and like this one looks like this, and this one, and this one, and all these other ones
like
look
put them all against each other, and like which one looks different?
Put yours in. No, let's just put yours in here. It looks. See the way it kind of looks different. You see that? How they're like how this one looks like this, and then yours is like this.
Can I add to your like metaphor here? Like we're in a college class. Someone took a college art class. And like everybody in the class, they put their art on the table for the instructor to see, and everybody has a certain level. Some are better, some are worse, but everyone has a certain level of skill. And
you can tell they're in the art class because they're supposed to be.
And then you see the one who,
and Uncle Jeep comes in.
Their parents told them how good of artists they were. They should take that class, and they did. And then
listen, I've seen your handy dandy notebook drawings. This analogy is about you. Okay,
it's tattooed on my sister.
This analogy's about you.
Where is it? I gotta find it. Hold on. This will be worth it. Here it is. It's not gonna focus because I don't have autofocus on.
Oh, I see it though. You can barely see it. It's so good.
Yeah. I was in that class, and the instructor came up to me kindly.
You
and said,
are Game Freak in this analogy.
Yes, the instructor came up to me and said, "Listen, Jeep, I appreciate your effort, and I appreciate your enthusiasm and your willingness to improve. But I would doing you a disservice if I didn't recommend you drop this class right now. But why? Why?
Well, do you see this? Now, do you notice anything between these ones here and like what yours is? Like if we put them side by side, can you see any type of a bit of a difference in any of these? Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. That's the analogy.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that's not happening, especially after this many games. I mean, I can give one reason. It's probably money because they just rake cash in. They just Pokemon games print money.
Nintendo that would be a fool to damage the relationship with Game Freak and the Pokemon Company is not the Game Freak.
Is that like a problem though? Like, is that what it is?
The Pokemon. What's stopping the Pokemon Company from taking this to other platforms? Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so
Nintendo's
if they damage, but they can buy them out. They could force them out. They own. They're not majority owners. They can be forced out.
Who is the? It's three people.
I don't know.
It's Game Freak, Nintendo, and then the Pocket Monster Company or some shit.
How shocking would it be if Nintendo was the majority owner and was still letting this happen? That'd be shocking to me. It has to be the Pokemon Company owns themselves the most because they.
Can we look this up? You go ahead and talk.
It's impossible to know. It's impossible to know. Are you looking it up or am I looking it up?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah,
you're talking.
I'll just keep going with what I was saying. It would be crazy to me if Nintendo did own the majority because that would be like, well, okay, guys, if you own the majority, you're in charge here. Why haven't you done something about this yet? It's baffling that they just keep letting this go. It can't be deadlines because that's something we didn't talk about yet, Drip. Is that the fact that this game has had the most time to cook of any game we've seen in a while from this company.
It was an extra year.
This game was we all know this game was supposed to come out last year or the year before, but they just
Game Freak.
They delayed this game.
Jointly owned. 1998. Come on, give me some info.
But this part's important. You keep reading, but this part's important. Like they had more time. I thought this was going to be another reason.
Extra year.
That's another reason why I thought this game was going to be better than what we saw yesterday. It's like, well, what did you expect? What did I expect? This game had an extra year. The whole thing is that they don't have enough time.
No.
The whole thing is that they don't have enough time, but they had more time this time around, and they didn't get it done. So we're talking about the skill of the developers. We have to go there. We just have to. What's up, Drip?
Nintendo, Creatures Inc., and Game Freak all
50
own a 33% split.
That's what they can't get anything done because they all have equal say, and then
yes.
And I'm sure Creatures and Pokemon Company are the reasons. They're like, but Nintendo, the profit margins. Look at how much money we're making. And Nintendo's like, but we're
okay.
But
great.
Our quality. I guarantee that's what's going on here. Is that the two of them, Pokemon Company and Creatures, are aligned because they're raking in cash, and Nintendo rakes in their own cash and is benefiting from this as well. But they have a standard. And it's not being met, and I'd be shocked if this wasn't the case. Nintendo has to be going.
I would love to know what's going on behind closed doors with this situation. If Nintendo is actually like, hey, and they don't say anything publicly about it. It's always Game Freak that's talking about it. Because it's kind of on them. But then they say, yeah, we're totally going to fix that. And they're like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not a Pokemon fan like that.
Yeah, that's really sad to me. That it's got to be that, right? Am I crazy? Like it has to be. That's that.
No, I mean
that has to be the situation. Like the two sides are against Nintendo. Nintendo wants it to get it done. We'll give you the developers. We'll give you what you need. Just let's do it. And the other two are like, but we're making too much money. Why would we ever change what we're doing? We're making so much money. It's literally like Scrooge McDuck. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm swimming in my swimming pool of gold. Why would I change what I'm doing?
Making so much money. Who cares if you put a little bit more out to get some extra polish in these games? Get a couple more eyeballs on these things. People who have experience making bigger games. Think about this. Let's just say.
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing like Muppets Christmas right now, and like when Kermit goes into the dude's office, like, sir, can I please have off for Christmas? Like,
sir, can I please have off for Christmas?
I can't do my Kermit right now, but yeah, that's a good one. Like Nintendo is Kermit, and Nintendo is asking Scrooge to please
Can we please get some more developers on this, please? Please, sir. It'd be wonderful to have the day off for Christmas.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from with that. You're probably right. It is probably Nintendo like, hey guys, like we should do something. But okay, here's what think about this. This is why they need help. This is exactly why they need help. Game Freak, what? At this point, 8 years ago, Switch has been out for 8 years.
Yeah,
as of a couple days ago.
That's correct.
Happy birthday, Nintendo Switch.
Happy birthday, Nintendo Switch.
So for 8 years only, this company has been putting games out on a console level. Up until then, the only thing they ever did were 3DS games, DS games, Game Boy games. That's all they did. Game Boy Advanced. That's what they did. That's what they knew. That's a whole different tank to be swimming in. And they're still doing it themselves. I think that's a big problem too. I think they should have had way more help from the get-go, and maybe they wouldn't even be in the place they're in now and wouldn't even need the help. I think maybe if they were shown the way, the little tricks of the trade, the things to make things work better, optimize this, don't make a huge open world because it's the fucking Switch, dumbass. Don't do that. Stop. Who are you? You are not Zelda developers. Calm down. Chill. Like, crawl before you can, jump off the side of a fucking building and fly. Please stop. I think if they had help early, this would have not gone the way that it went. And I don't, again, who knows what that inside conversation is, that disconnect, but there's something there. Something's wrong.
Fair question to ask, I feel like, Drip. I have my thoughts. Again, thanks King Krista for the idea. I think actually this came from Wood, maybe. That's where they, either way. Should they go back to 2D art style? Like they could make a banger. They could make a banger 2D 3D. Like Octopath Traveler, Pokemon.
It's an interesting thought.
You think about it. I'll give you my answer.
Let me hear your answer. I mean, I have an answer. That's a tough one, man.
It's not tough for me. Not that I don't want to see that. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't want to see. I actually think that'd be great to see like a 2D, 3D Pokemon game in that art style would be great as long as they could do it. But
they can. That's the thing. They definitely can.
I don't know if they can. I just don't think they lack the skills of modern gaming developers. I feel it's not personal. It's just what I'm seeing, guys. It's that class analogy. You need to drop the class, guys. Drop the class. Anyway, but going back to what I was going to say,
we've had lots of examples at this point. You're right. That's not a stretch to say. We've had lots of examples at this point. It's still just
you stop podcasting. Fair point. But here we go. I think they should most definitely not give up on 3D, because for me, I've said this before. When I was a kid, I didn't play a lot of video games in general, but I definitely didn't play Pokemon games because I liked the anime. I liked the TV show. I wanted to be as close to that experience as possible. And that's why I got so excited over Scarlet and Violet. It was the closest thing I've ever seen from a Pokemon company where it looks like the anime of my childhood. Yeah. And you're running around physically yourself, throwing balls around, catching Pokemon yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love that game. And that's why I think they should keep making 3D games, because it's keeping people like me interested in the franchise. And I'll always, when I go to a box lunch and there's a Pikachu t-shirt, I'm always going to look at it. Or, when I see a Bulbasaur, I'm gonna that's never gonna leave. Like, they've got me as a customer.
What is it?
The company,
what is that?
Flowerback.
Oh, a Flowerback. Okay, yeah. That one. It's one of my favorites.
They're always gonna have me with that original 151, and
yeah, me too.
And that's why they're gonna always remain the highest media company in the world, whatever they are. Because I'll still buy their merch. I'm in love with it. But as far as the games, and if they want my money for the video games, they need to start trying, and they haven't been. This is not a matter of taste. This is not a matter really of opinion, to be honest. This one kind of is not an opinion. They don't look good. Now, it's hard to say because the games are subjective, and that is in itself kind of an opinion. But again,
go back to what you
let's
said
go
earlier,
back to our analogy. Let's go. Yeah, let's go back to our analogy of the college class. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has a certain level here. We're all doing the same thing, and then you see what they do, It doesn't look the same, guys.
Yeah,
It
your
doesn't.
picture's got a droopy eye. It's got a very droopy eye.
It doesn't
The
look like
rest
an
of them,
eye.
Not so much.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guy. It doesn't even look like an eye. You don't.
Yeah, okay. The analogy works, and you're right. But they've got to do something. Now, the 3D, 2D thing, should they go back? I don't think they can. I don't think it's something they can do. They can. I mean, this is almost the same exact thing as like a Mario situation, a Zelda situation. I mean, you don't have to lose the 2D versions of them altogether, because as we've seen, Mario Wonder just came out, sold exceptionally well, and was.
God forbid we ask them to do more.
And it was, I mean, but it was good. And they are trying to do these like remakes. I mean, at least some of the last one was like kind of like top down 2D ish.
Yeah.
The battles weren't though. The battles were like 3D, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but they could go back to, but that's kind of how the Pokemon games were anyway. Once you got into a battle, it was kind of that like third person perspective behind, right? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of how it was. So they kind of just updated that, which is fine. So I guess they still do that, but they just do it with remakes only. With Mario, we're getting new 2D Mario games, and the Wii U era was kind of bad with 2D Mario games. I mean, the new one, Mario Wonder, was amazing. It's great.
It was wonderful.
It was a wonder that they could do that. 2D. So that was good. That's great. And again, the next year, we got Echoes of Wisdom. We got a 2D Zelda. So like they're keeping those things around. Nintendo's all about keeping that nostalgia alive. So I don't think they could do like whatever. What's the next gen in Pokemon? 10? 11?
Yeah, 10.
Okay. I don't think they could just go back to that and it's like, oh, it's a 2D game now.
No, not at all.
I don't think that would be well received.
Not at all.
I don't think that would be okay. I think a lot of people would be really upset about that, especially just the way we're just moving forward in gaming. It's like the 3D open world it's still, unfortunately, that thing that's like everybody's thing. We're getting away. I feel like the open world stuff is we're kind of starting to back off of that again a little bit finally. Because I don't know about you, man, but like these days, like, give me a linear story. Like, I don't want an open world. Give me a fucking storyline to follow. Give me quests to go do. Like, tell me what to do.
We need a balance.
Like, I like open
we
worlds.
need a balance in our games' lives. And we don't. We're
not
like
everything has
that.
to be open. We don't have to have that.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Pokemon just needs to go there. Like, let's stop trying to impress everybody and be open world Pokemon, and let's just do what we can do. Let's make it a fun, cool Pokemon game with a nice new gimmick that we can really push forward and do something cool with.
I
make it run like a fucking actual game should run.
Yeah.
There's that. I don't know. But no, they can't go too
I
deep.
kind of disagree with you there a little bit, because I think I actually already told you why I disagree. Actually, I hear you out. I think you're not wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're wrong. But I just can't get off of my own interests, and I just need to see a game that meets my expectations from when I was a kid of like Pokemon the anime. And
I'm sure
that is an open world.
Doing it.
That's an open world. Like the whole thought was like Ash Ketchum going around everywhere, no barriers. Except for 30-minute TV time.
Yeah, except for the 30 minutes of runtime. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I can see that aspect, especially from somebody coming from where you're coming from, watching the shows and that kind of being like that thing you wanted out of the games originally. I mean, that kind of goes back to me, like, playing handhelds as a kid. Like, damn, I just wish this was that.
Yeah. Looking
at a console. Like, I wanted my hand, but I want it to be that. And then I got the Switch. It was like, oh my God, finally, here it is. But I don't think this company can do that with what they have shown us. Like, again, not a developer. I don't know dick about developing, but I know what I've seen, and I know what I've seen on the same exact system from companies under that same big Nintendo umbrella. There's a disconnect. There's a problem. I think they need to scale it back. Maybe just take a few steps back. Maybe put the training wheels back on for one more day before we just go taking off, and maybe put the elbow pads back on. But we're just not ready. We're not ready. They're not ready. There's not.
I petition Drip that the next Pokemon, we already know the starters of Legends Z-A, so I'm not gonna petition for that. But maybe in the next.
Those starters. What was that? That was Glowworm, and I saw. Was there a crocodile in there?
There was a crocodile.
There was a Glowworm, a crocodile, and then what was the other one?
I don't remember. Oh, Chikorita was the leafy Tic Tac.
Why have you gone quiet?
Hello? Drip? You live?
I have lost your audio.
Hello?
I've lost you over here.
Hello?
Now
Now the stream can hear me. Hello. Don't make me edit this out, Drip. I'm gonna tell the people while he's figuring his stuff out. I petition to make. He's watching him try to figure this out. It'd be funny. I petition that we make Dog Duck. What do they call Full Metal? What do they call this thing? We make Dog Duck the next Pokemon. There's Drip's gone. We make Dog Duck the next Pokemon in Gen 10. Duck Dog. We should make Duck Dog the next Pokemon. Can you hear me, Drip?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
I got nothing. It just
Okay.
died. I have no idea.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the show while Drip is figuring out his stuff. Obviously, we're not doing that.
Dude, something's going on. Oh, something's happening. Oh no, something's happening.
Okay, Drip's doing his thing. We're gonna end the show with Drip trying to figure out his life. We're gonna wrap up the show for here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out this show. No after show, obviously, while Drip figures out his life out. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show, watching it. We appreciate it. I wish it was a more positive episode, but again, anytime Pokemon Company does something, I feel like they kind of just upset me. So I just wish they would stop upsetting me. You're disappointing me, little Jimmy. I need to see your grades go up. But for now, you're in the doghouse. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for listening. Members Podcast this Friday. I'm playing more Monster Hunter on stream. Drip's putting a video tomorrow. Drip might be streaming. I don't know when, but he might be. On Twitch, I think is what he said. If he actually does it, I don't know. But you guys are awesome. Thanks for listening to the show. We'll catch you guys next time.